You know, most people unintentionally self-sabotage themselves, most men anyway. Now, you probably are too. In fact, more than likely you are. Why? What is it that you're self-sabotaging about? Well, let's see. Say you're single, you haven't met a woman yet. What happens when you do though? Have you thought about that? Now, this is all to do with bad management skills. And I'm not talking about business management, I'm talking about personal management. That is a big key. Now let's say, one day you happen to go for a walk somewhere, go to the pub, just go to the shop or something, and you meet a girl and you're like, wow, this is an awesome Sheila, I hope I can get her to like me. But because you haven't managed yourself very good, you look shabby, you don't look attractive, you're not someone that anyone will really go for. So there's your first appearance, your first impression gone. And that's why you've got to work on that before something like that happens. Managing yourself. There's three things that you should focus on. Managing your appearance, managing your time, and managing your personality. Personality bit, well, that can be covered in probably just about every other video I'll do, because that's a big one. In fact, the previous videos also go towards that. But this one's also about this. Yeah, the other 2 points are also about personality, because you got to be able to force yourself, your psychological self, your brain into wanting to manage something that's not attractive as much as, say, sitting around, not really doing anything, playing video games, watching TV, watching YouTube clips like this one. And so, but you've got to really find a way out of this. Now, managing your health is important too, and often this will go towards appearance. Because really, someone with poor health, sometimes you can hide it really well, but usually it does come up in your appearance. And so if you need to go to the doctor, do that. You've got bad teeth, go to the dentist. Yes, it'll cost money, but it'll be well worth it. Now, managing time is also critical, because I'm not saying that you have to be up at 6 o'clock every morning and go for your morning jog or anything like that. But learning to discipline yourself through time management is very helpful for getting a personality that's attractive to women. It also builds your confidence. Now, let's see, with appearance, even doing some rudimentary research into what a good appearance is like, getting fit, that is very hard for some people. I don't doubt that. I know people myself that have a tough time with getting a good appearance. Usually, especially in our day and age, it's obesity, with obesity being a big epidemic, a big huge problem, that is going to be a thing for many of you. Unfortunately, that is extremely hard to get over. But there are ways, while you're working towards that goal of slimming down, there are ways to soften the image. I mean, there are shops that are dedicated to selling suits, selling dress shirts, selling nice pants for oversized people. And there is innumerable articles explaining what your size is and how you should dress according to your size. Because there is different ways. A person of a large, rotund caliber is going to have to dress in a distinctly different way to someone who's scrawny and skinny. Even if they're both wearing suits, you still have to dress differently. I mean, even look at James Bond. Someone like Daniel Craig was actually dressing in a very different way to how Sean Connery was dressing, because they had different body types. They both wore suits, but how they wore those suits and the size of the suit was very different. So start researching that. There are plenty of sites that will help. Managing time is still important. If you work, yes, there's not much time after work, especially if you're working a lot of hours a week, but nonetheless, try to find to do other things in your work time. I mean, how do you think that you're actually going to meet anyone if you're too worn out from work all the time that you just don't do anything? You don't go outside of the house at all. Hell, do a martial art. Great place, great for building confidence. Another thing, set tiny goals. Tiny goals. Say, tomorrow, I want to wake up at this particular time. Even though it's my day off, I could sleep in. That'd be great. Nice and comfortable and pleasurable. But start to learn how to deny yourself that pleasure. Start to learn how to reach a goal. The smaller goals mean that you soon will have the discipline to reach larger goals. Put out a list of things to do during your day. And if you're wondering, what is there to do? Find out the place that you live in, if there's any activities or there's any particular type of events, or hell, even sporting events. You've never been in a sporting event before? You're not very fit? Well, especially like ones where it's open to the public, why not? Just try it. You might even find it fun. And the more of this kind of stuff you do, the more confident you'll be and the more attractive you will be. So that one day when you do come across some girl at a bar or something, and you're like, I really want to be attractive to this girl. I hope so. The first impression is important. It's not an absolute. A lot of people take the first impression as an absolute. It's hit or miss. Of course, if it's too much of a miss, then just think about it this way. Do you want to be the kind of guy who puts in their dating profile or on Tinder or whatever other dating app that there is? I mean, they're great to try, don't rely on them, but at the same time, do you want to really put on there that what you do is, I sit at home, not really doing anything, or leave it blank? Because you've got to know that most people, when they see it blank, they usually don't approach it. In fact, sometimes showing how much you changed will be impressive enough. So tomorrow, or the next day, or when your day's off, set some goals.